Oh no! Oh! So I missed! Oh my god! Stop it!
You know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen! I forget what he says in Japanese, but it's like... noiru? It's like, Sekai no illusion, like the world of illusions.
Oh, I get it. I get jokes.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse me. Holy fucking shit, it's been a minute. It's been quite a time. I have not gone live in quite a second. How's everyone been doing? But man, oh my god.
What will you learn? What will you learn? Take your actions have consequences.
I am ready to be done with this fucking draft. Holy shit. I might actually just like at a certain point I might just give up and go straight to ink. But there's a couple things that I wouldn't feel right if I didn't fully address before I started. Namely this like head triad triptych kind of thing going on here. I still gotta do our poor tired Japanese. In fact, I gotta get that volume of manga real quick. I'll be right back. Where is it? No. Where's volume? Where's the volume? Oh, here it is. Okay, awesome. Shit, we're actually... Where's that little... Oh, man. This is so unprofessional. I apologize, but... Yo, what up, Rad? How you doing, man? I'll have to look for it later. But I bought a book of Japanese sound effects, and it kind of got lost in all the hubbub. Which basically, for anyone unaware, my kitchen sink exploded last week, and even though the damage wasn't that severe, it created an entire horrible fucking mess that had to be dealt with, and I did not have a functioning kitchen for like a week. Also, because at the same time, I have been planning to redo the floor on my first floor with laminate. I had all the laminate. I have the underlayment. We were all set to go, and we started, and I didn't think it was going to impact the I didn't think it was going to impact the production, but it very much did. My arms were ridiculously sore, which is not good. That happened. I should be a little bit more physically able at my age. And that is bad. So I have been kind of contemplating that, and how to potentially fix / address that situation. But in the meantime, you know, I'm doing flooring, I'm doing all this shit. I got quite a few things that I've been doing. So, unfortunately, I kind of just fell behind for a couple days. But I finally have a kitchen sink again, which is nice. I'm just gonna pull no punches. I'm just gonna get that in for a second. Just get the very basic. Ow, fuck my ass. Thought I hit this guy. I have no idea what kind of old man looking like man. I should do. Like that's been a big thing for me that I've kind of struggled with, is like, who do I make fun of? Do I just like do like an old ass like Monopoly money looking man? Or do I do a, you know, do I do like a Silicon Valley, like kind of California shithead looking kind of guy? The possibilities are endless. But I know what I want for our... I know what I want for our, Do you think if I had him having, like, the Osamu Tezuka, like, that little, like, beanie... I forget what that's fucking called. There's, like, a specific name for that hat. Man, he loved that hat. Holy shit. He wore it everywhere. Or maybe I should do, like, a... I do like a Hachimaki, but, like, basically, it's not, like, meant to be anything other than, like, an overworked Japanese, animator. But, yeah. I guess the only thing left to do it is to just fucking do it. But I had a very specific image in mind for this poor animator, manga artist. Whoops. Maybe I'll just give him like a really short. I don't know. We'll give him like a. Had a cat climbing the walls. It wouldn't have a cat any other way. But so far we are getting our poor overworked we are getting our poor, overworked, underpaid animator in here. See, this was the part that was going to be easy with this frame. I had a feel I knew exactly what I wanted from this. That looks so great. It'll look way better once I can get these like squiggle lines in there. We'll do oh, do they? I fucking forget. Do they? Did they do anime in katakana, right? For some reason. Hey, not bad. I actually remembered how to spell that in katakana. Let's fucking go. Let's go. So I need to get a better idea of what I'm making here with this gentleman. I just don't know. I actually just straight up Because, like, there's people who are like that. I mean, like, the thing is, there's plenty of people who want to just buy animation studios in Japan and make an anime. Like, I've seen plenty of people like that. Like, but a lot of them are just kind of faceless. I don't know. I'll probably just draw, like, a generic-looking old man or something, I think. Because at the end of the day, I just don't know what to... That's so good. Although I did lose a little bit of that, like, fucking elated feeling. But I think the sentiment is there. It's a guy who can't even afford rice. Because they basically pay him like a slave. Okay, so where's the type going in this again? Where did the type go? I think we'll be a little bit kinder to our venture capitalist shithead. I think it's less about the type of person and more just about the trend in general of, like, Western companies trying to profiteer off of anime and manga in general. God, I am still so fucking pissed about that goddamn pachinko machine. Ooh, that infuriates me. The other thing, too, is I am you know, like, with that, specifically, for people who don't know what I'm talking about, I was looking at acquiring something. Ooh. Hold that thought. I have been called into action. From the thing that I have seen, speaking of arcade things, come on, dickhead. Man's gotta... What is the yen to USD right now, anyway? Okay, we're fluctuating a bit at the same spot. Oh no! Oh no, we're gonna have to go with another. Oh, fucking man! I don't even remember what my. Okay. Oh no, that even on my usual one the seller's blocked. That's not good. Oh man, that sucks. I really wanted it. It's a arcade thing. Long story, but it looks like I can't do anything about it because the seller somehow has like a bunch. Even my secret proxy that basically like operates as a normal person basically said no, fuck you, which is very sad, because it wasn't that expensive and I would have liked to have it. But unfortunately it looks to be that I will not be able to do anything about it. Sad day. Oh well. But yeah, basically I tried to get a hold of a special device for the Combini Game Center recently. And unfortunately it like a long time ago I wanted it, and then it sold out, and then I was pissed about it, but then I kind of like moved on. But then it came back, and I was like, oh shit, fuck, sorry I bumped the mic with the book. But it came back after a hot second. And I was like, oh, cool. Maybe when like I get my taxes back and stuff, I'll be able to do something about it. And then lo and behold, I got my taxes back, and then just some, you know, obviously I've had some chaos in my life. And tonight I was like, you know what? It's finally time. It's finally time to do something about this after wanting it for so long, and you know, kind of thinking about it. And then I go to buy it, and fucking lo and behold, it's gone again. Unfucking believable. But I think if anything, that just proves to me that I actually wanted it. So I am going to investigate another option, essentially. I will not give up so easily on this device. I'm so pissed about that ashtray, man. Damn it. I wanted it. I could try Zen, but I know Zen ain't gonna do it either. If the one I use couldn't do it, then all hope is lost. I'll have to do something about that, because that's a pretty bad tangent. Music is getting a little loud in my ears. Sorry, everyone. Old men are not really something I draw a ton of. So, I apologize to all the Fujoshis watching this, if they ever come across it. Erotic gay manga is not is not my cup of tea, so I don't study it too much. Fucking, what was that squeak? Goddamn, fucking Japanese erotic gay manga. Fucking holy shit! I can't believe that made it into a show. Yeah, like you've said that to me. So the context for people not in the know in chat is we're talking about a guy called Sticky Honda-san, which is Skullface bookseller Honda-san. It's sort of like a memoir-esque manga about working in a bookstore that centers around like comics and like manga and shit like that in Japan. And a big kind of like reoccurring gag in the show is the weird interactions that Honda-san has with foreigners looking for like fucked up shit. like I can kind of relate a little bit to it because at the end of the day, a lot of my tastes and shit are like messed up and not normal. I think there we go. It's just looking a little too short. But like, so these people will go to Japan and then they'll think, oh, I'm interested in this weird niche subculture in Japan. That's just normal over here. And then just go and ask people about like BL and like all this like shit where it's like, if you asked a normal person in Japan about that, they'd look at you and go, holy fucking shit. Yeah. Fuck. There's so many great moments in that show. I watched it when it came out. I can't believe I forgot like so much of it. Like that's not good that I but yeah, older men is not something that I partake in. I should know how to do them. I think right now mine just kind of look a little too boyish. Men are kind of a little easier to draw than you'd think, because you can just kind of overemphasize the skeletal structure. You know, it's funny being like a fucking waifu artist, I guess, in about a million air quotes. you know, a lot of people say women are harder to draw because their forms are more like less pronounced in certain ways, like less harsh to draw. They're a lot of female anatomy is softer and more rounded, and not the kind that I like. I meant just in general. There we go. I'll do a, I'll kind of just do a, I'm planning on doing like a, just like tone for the face. I'm doing that like hentai MC Pro tag, but like 40 years old. Also, we're out of music. Fuck's sake. Dang, dude. That went fast. Alright, whatever. Just do fucking Mario 64 Tatsuro Yamashita again. True, true, true. Women are so sexy. So I apologize if, again, in the future, if some Fujoshi is like seeing this and like ripping her hair out, going, "No, that's wrong." I apologize. I think I might have had, so like, yeah, so that's the shape of the skull. So it'd be like that. And then... Again, this is one of those things that's going to look like shit in the draft. God fucking damn it. Because I'm using a specific type of pen. But I think it will look more appropriate in the... in the finished version. And if it doesn't, I'll fucking make it look appropriate. Yeah, that's true. The hands need to be, like, at least half the body size. Like, he needs to use them as devices for locomotion. But I'm having to remember things that I haven't experienced in quite a minute with art school. And again, this fucking... I'm using the fill-in mono pen. That doesn't help. Actually, shit, maybe I made his face a bit too high now. Like, I think the length of the head is okay, but the face, yeah. Yeah, he just kind of looks too cartoonish right now. And I think that's just a side effect of me being, like, wanting to do anime and manga. Is I need to practice my, like, non-anime characters. I think the eyes are just a little too big. I think the eye socket should be way smaller. And then I gotta figure out how to do that, like, hentai pro tag looking face. Also, he's looking a little too menacing now. He should look, like, excited and happy. A little bit, like, oh, my company is gonna make so much money. Yeah, eyes too close. There, you give him a cat mouth? No. No. God, no, I'm so mad about that fucking ashtray. I keep looking over my other computer, and I keep seeing it, and it pisses me off so much. There's zero reason. There's zero reason why I shouldn't have been able to buy that. I wish there was a way to fly under the radar with Yahoo Japan auctions. Because it seems like now everyone knows that deputy services are a thing. And many of the sellers for the things that I want to buy just go, no, no deputy service, no, fuck you. very frustrating. I'm not sure why. I don't know if dealing with deputy service, like, if they just, like, are shitty to deal with as a seller, or if it's, like, some weird misguided, like, well, not misguided, like, we're basically buying a country's products, and that'll never enter the country ever again. So, like, there's a lot of Japanese, especially for arcade stuff, there's a lot of Japanese people who get upset about that. And the fucked up thing is they're not wrong. I kind of agree with them a little bit about a bunch of hordes of foreigners buying up everything Japan. Only to then have it sit in not Japan. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. I don't know, I don't know, I just think it looks too toony right now. I say as a person who wants to buy many things from Japan, but I don't know. Slowly but surely, I feel like we're getting there. Again, I think it's just because of the fucking pens I'm using right now. They just don't do the concept justice. I'll have to. I'm currently right now. I'm looking at a book by one of my favorite educational artists in Japan, Yanami. I've had this how to draw Oji-san. Oji-san something kibunke. No, that's not Boon, that's something else. De kuni tekuniku. It's basically old man technique. It's a very good book. It's a very good book. He goes over a lot of different types, like really old dudes, like middle-aged dudes, like you can't go wrong with a Yanami book. He's definitely got, I don't know if I'd say like his, as far as educational material goes, it's fantastic. But there's a problem with a lot of educational books where people kind of just learn the book and they just copy what they see. Like, you need to apply that to other shit. But as far as, like, educational art styles go, he's definitely one of the better dudes. You can tell he's just a dude that draws, and he's, like, making a book about it instead of, you know, being a person that draws exclusively for how to draw manga books. Or, like, instructional books. But then also, too, with these, with these how to draw books, what a lot of people don't understand is that they get a lot of different artists to contribute to them. So, In practice, it's good. Because you get exposed to a lot of different styles. Like, there's one artist in this that very clearly, just like that one guy from Golden Kamui. And he did, like, a bunch of... He just put him in a shit ton of, like, different hairstyles and stuff. It's literally just the same dude. But it was to show how, like, that sort of stuff can work. And it's nice. It's a good book. I can't read the whole title, but I recommend it. What I don't recommend, though, is my fucking... I don't know, man. Like, I'm just not feeling it. It just looks off. I think it is just because of the tone and such. And the fact that I used, I don't know. I'll leave it for now. Yeah, it was probably those. I'll leave it for now, and then I'll come back to it, I think, for the draft. It is quite fine. But like oh, I didn't even do the other hand. Fuck. I mean, I'm not in a rush. Today is just a cleanup day for me. I think that is a little too exaggerated as well. Yeah, there we go. Also, the fucking eyebrow is way in the other stratosphere. God, his hand is so huge compared to this poor Japanese animator who can't even afford rice. Nice. Oh my god, it feels so good to have that done. Alright. I'm feeling it. Kinda, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll revisit that. But, like, again, older gentlemen should probably be better at that, if I'm going to be honest. Maybe I'll do... I keep saying I'm going to do a study stream. Maybe I will just one day just, like, do a study stream. But I don't want to study stuff that I don't give a shit about in the long, long term. So it's kind of tough. Like, having these reference books... is probably the best way to handle it. Because a competent draftsman can handle most things. Maybe I am losing sight of some stuff here. Yeah. I need to, like... Oh, man. Does G-Show have Animator? I might have to do that. Like, is there, like, a title for people who do... Dogaka. Animator. I guess maybe just... Doesn't really seem to get much hits. These don't even look right. Yeah. Oh god, please don't be a fucking... That doesn't even look like... This is like... They're building a house. Man's literally building a home. Okay. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. This page is done. Holy fucking shit, I'm crossing that off. Or did I not even have it? No, I didn't even have it on here. But that's pretty big. That's pretty big. Let's save. So I don't have to do that again. I guess if I ever fucking lost the footy, I could literally just take a cap of the stream. Or like if something happened to the original drawing or the file, I could just screen cap it, really. Okay, we can... Alright, what next? I think I think everything else after this stream that I don't get to, I think I'm going to I think I'm just gonna hold off and just maybe just get right into inking. But I got to do this for sure, because this is giga important. Like a lot of these other drawings I can correct as I go. All right. So this has been the final boss of this whole thing. Originally, I really wanted to feature some specific things, but then I kind of realized I don't really I don't know, I just don't really care about a lot of like tertiary anime manga inspired media. Like not like it doesn't, I don't, you know, I'm not, it's not like I hate it, it's just I don't even think about it. And I think that's been kind of the whole trouble with trying to tell people that when I say I want to draw anime manga, like everyone's got their own idea of what that means. So I have to over explain it, and it makes me sound like I'm crazy. But I don't really go out of my way to like look at shit like webtoons or any of that stuff. Like it's just not on my radar. I don't care. So it's kind of disingenuous for me to kind of like be too rough on it when I don't really partake in it by choice, mind you, but so I don't really have a great frame of reference for how to actually, like, talk about it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, all I could do is just, like I actually, you know, like, I was on Webtoons recently, and there's a lot of variety of stuff, which is nice, but it's, you know, some of it's inspired, some of it's more original. But from my experience, it seems like a lot of people kind of just mash all of it together as, like, anime or whatever. And that's always kind of irked me. But that could just be my experience. I could be incredibly off about that. But we do have some stuff here. I'm absolutely gonna reference Ruby. I think I'm going to. The original Ruby was like a good example of that. They got some. I forgot who they got, but it was like just basically they hired some like. I forget who did it. But I remember it was like a... It was like some variety of Asian that you wouldn't have expected. It was like Filipino or something. I don't know. I could be off base about a lot of this. I could be really like putting a weird target on myself. By kind of, you know... Oh, I was gonna say, maybe I'll go on Rooster Teeth and look it up, but you can't even fucking do that anymore. Rooster Teeth is gone. They don't exist anymore. Oh my god. I just thought about that. Oh, thank God. The Ruby Wiki has got me covered. I found it, but like it doesn't say who made it or anything. No, I suppose let's... I'm looking at a manhwa sort of thing called Study Group. And God, this guy could like fucking gouge someone's eyes out with his chin. I mean, it looks like he did. He's all beat and bloodied up. Actually, that's the other thing about a lot of these manhwas. They'll make the necks, like, huge. Even though they have, like, little tiny, like, pin... And then there's, like, a specific... There's a specific sort of, like, hairstyle that I see on a lot of, like, Korean quote-unquote anime characters. It's kind of like a tell. where they just have like the really, like they have the hair that's like the bowl cut but not the bowl cut. It's like sort of long, but it goes like it never goes like below the ears. Yeah. Okay, here's a better sort of example. That's the other thing that a lot of webtoons do, is they'll do these ridiculously wide mouths. this is just kind of off in general. I'm forgetting my principles. And then he needs to have these really, like thin rimmed glasses. There we go. Now he's way more Korean looking. Boy, that's the last time I ever, like, try to have talking points about a medium that I just don't experience. That's too much. Too much. The Alright, let's switch over to the ruby like. I realize it's probably a short stream, but I think this is going to be the last drawing I do, because this is the last thing where it's like I have no idea what the fuck to put on the page, and I need to fix that. Everything else is pretty much in at this point. Like, everything has a place, everything has a thing. There's, like, some special effects and, like, really complex panels and shit like that are still not great, but... I just can't let the Korean guy go. I don't have a good... I don't have a good fucking... He looks too bony in this. This looks wrong. I think I'm using too many different... Yeah. I think the hair grouping was kind of odd looking. And then also my fucking eyes are crocked again. I don't know why I always seem to fuck that up. I can't help it. It would probably help if I actually did like an underlay or like an actual like, and then we can make these bigger. They're a little too, I don't know, like sometimes they draw them really beady, but then sometimes they draw them really like not. And yeah, unlike some of the other panels, like, I think at the end of the day, this isn't this particular panel isn't like meant to be an insult to these things. All right, there's no more music, so I think I'm gonna just mute computer audio and put on a podcast or something. I think that one panel not being a burn makes it a lot funnier than the rest of them are. Really? Interdesting. Actually, I'm gonna get up and pee real quick. I'll be right back. I'll put you guys on hold. Sorry about that. I had to make a piss. Again, I think a big part of this is going to be... I think a big part of this is going to be solving it with inking, whereas using this like Maru pen isn't gonna do shit. All right, we'll leave our what I don't even understand how like Korean naming structures like work. I'm just gonna avoid making weird jokes again. Like, I don't like it, but if you do, like, respect, I suppose. It's just not the thing I like. My problem is more or less that it just kind of all, people just kind of lump it all together. But Ruby. Let's get our Ruby like in. What's a good action pose? Let's see. Let's go into Pose Maniacs. Here we go. Here's a good one. I should probably start a new layer instead. I don't want to accidentally fuck up Sing Song Long Lee or whoever the fuck over here. I have too many tabs. I have too many tab. Let's try a trick from... See, the problem is I basically have to create a whole new fucking Ruby OC at this point. I guess we'll do like a core set looking. So I guess I don't know, like. All right, friends. Rad, if you're still here, I need a third idea for what to punk. I need a good idea of what to... What's like another, like, not anime thing. I guess I could do Airbender. I I actually like have a decent... I mean, I grew up with that show, so I have somewhat of a respect for it. I need another fake thing. Well, not fake. I need another thing trying to be anime that people argue is anime. I guess I could do Castlevania. Like, who's the Harry? Yeah, he does kind of look like Korean Harry Potter. Calico. I just kind of went on Webtoons and like synthesized Korean man. Like with like that specific. So if you have any advice on how to improve that, I would greatly, since you seem to be more in the know about Webtoons than me. But I tried to get like the really weird rim glasses. Like they all have like the... I see that a lot with the super thick glasses or like really big lenses. I tried to get like the haircut that is like not like messy, but like it like goes down to the ear and like doesn't go down any farther. I would consider that. I've punked on the castle. I know people. I've met people who worked on it. I used to go to school with the guy who did the backgrounds. Like it's a Korean animated show made in Texas. I feel like we have our like... I don't know, like I guess I could. But there's got to be another thing, like... But I think so far we've got Webtoon Mr. Korea. We've got Ruby, that a lot of people argued is an anime. Uh, Well, no, that's exactly what it's trying to do. Like, that's exactly what the whole thing was. It was supposed to be. Like, it wanted to be an anime. But instead of Konami, it's like, instead of Konami just hiring an animation studio in Japan, and people are even calling the Castlevania thing an anime. Like, it's very, but it doesn't, like, here, the thing is, it just kind of looks like a lot of those, like, anime, not anime shows kind of have this, like, looks like, it kind of looks like the way a lot of the DC stuff is animated, but, like, trying to be Japanese. I apologize, that's a very vague thing. I wouldn't say Teen Titans is an anime. Like, here's my hot take on that subject. Animators are skilled in hitting style targets. So, like, just because you have an animation studio in Japan work on it, like, their goal is to try and match the style of the show. So I think the intent is kind of, and that's a show I'm not, like, familiar with at all. I've never seen, oops, I've never seen Teen Titans. I need to get, like, I'm looking at the very first key visual, I think, that Ruby ever released. I remember when they, first released this, like, there were people that their minds was, there's fucking blown by this. So I'm trying to get, like, a very specific mouth. Like, a lot of people really overemphasize the lips. Like, that's something that a lot of people kind of get weird. Is they'll get they'll just make the mouth, like, one whole thing, and then they'll overemphasize the lips. I think this, again, like, I keep saying this. It's not. I promise I'm not trying to cope, but it's one of these things that is gonna kind of come together in, like, the inking thing. I think right now she's looking a bit too old. Like, I think that looks okay. We got like a corset. We got Ruby reference. Although right now she kind of just looks like a bit of a dominatrix. God, the thing I remember from Ruby more than anything is that years and years, I think, after the show kind of like fucking capsized, maybe this was like during it or whatever, they did like a whole thing about how they did a whole thing about how they basically like the show was animated in like Miku Miku dance, right? And like it kind of came out that they basically they basically like stole a bunch of Miku Miku dance shit and like Toho like freeware to make a lot of like the side characters and stuff. I remember there's like a, let me actually look that up. Stealing Toho assets. Art theft allegations true. Let's see. I can't find it. I remember there was a copy pasta or like style looking thing that went into all of it. But unfortunately, modern internet, I'm not going to be able to. So we'll give her like a goofy spear, I think. I think we can. It's maybe not perfect, but it'll do. There we go. I don't know, she just looks too fucking old. Like I can't shake the thing where she just looks too old to me. Duct tape a handgun to it, true. Actually fucking true. So true, Oomphy. Although we're kind of running out of room here. You know what? I should duct tape another knife to it. Like I'll duct tape like a camping knife to it or something. Although we're kind of, it should be a gun. A knife it's not on the nose enough. Here, we can do it here. I haven't really. Guns is another thing that I could stand to do. I'll just look up like a fucking Colt 1911 or something, maybe. Just something very basic. Gun, fucking gun ball for gun lover. I think she just looks too old. I think I need to make Eye bigger. But the problem is the Ruby characters look like they look really old. There we go. My head was too wide. I have another faux pas of my art is that I just draw too wide a head sometimes. See if I try. Again, I think this is another one that's like it's got to be done in fucking in post. Just no matter what I do, it just looks too much like not what it doesn't look right. But it doesn't look right in the incorrect way. Like it's supposed to be wrong, but it's not wrong in the right way. Yeah, I haven't looked at solo leveling. Maybe I should reference that more. God, you do just kind of look like Harry Potter, don't he? Maybe I'll fix that later. But I think right now I just want to get I just want to get this fucking done. Okay, what am I putting in this corner? I have to put something. Do I do Last Airbender? Is that the strat here? Portal manhwa is a phrase that I didn't really know existed. Is that just them trying to make fucking Gate? I was gonna say maybe I'll do a Mark Crilly drawing, but like, I'm gonna be real. Oh my god, Mark Crilly did a fucking book that looks shockingly close to a webtoon. I'm not sure what to do. So it's basically just fucking Gate, but like lamer. It's literally, of course they do. And Gate already I have a lot of problems with. It's just lamer Gate. That's really funny. Fucking the portal in my ears. God, you said fucking Harry Potter, and like, God, that bothers me. I'm eternally bothered by that. Because you're right. You are not incorrect. Maybe we could get rid of the, like, fucking glasses here. There we go. Fucking. Okay, he's looking decidedly less Harry Potter-esque. No. But again, I think my pen is really fucking killing anything that I can do here. Yeah, so in Gate, basically, Gate is like a weird. It's based off of like an old movie, I think, where a bunch of soldiers end up in feudal Japan. But Gate, yeah, basically a gate opens up and it's a portal to a fantasy world, and it's basically just, hey, let's have a bunch of gore porn of, like, they hold out on it so long. They really fucking cuck you out of it, like, till the end. But basically you want to see a bunch of modern weaponry just, like, obliterate, like, people from, like, with, like, Bronze Age technology. But yeah, it's just it's a little bit more nuanced than that, I suppose. Than just, oh, a portal open up a dungeon in modern day Korea. I will go to Jollibee after I conquer the dungeon. Jollibee's Korean, right? Or is that something else? I know there's, like, some fucked up Asian, like, fast food where it's like spaghetti and, like, corn dogs, or like some ridiculous shit. It's not. I don't know. It's just not there yet. That could be it. Ears too big. Yeah. I mean, my ear was just big anyways. There we go. That could have been it. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Ooh. Decidedly more Korean. Okay, what the fuck am I putting in this other corner now? What do I do? Let's think. I already punked High Guardian Spice. We can't really do that. What should I do? Because this is it. This is it. Personally, I think after this, I'm just gonna go for inking. I think I've held off on it too long. I'm not gonna hit my target deadline of being done before my birthday, because that's in like 4 days, unfortunately. So I think the goal is going to be, we are going to ink and we are going to screen tone at the same time. And then we're going to do a pass. We're going to do a pass of like special effects and stuff like that. All right. What the fuck? What am I doing? Because at this point, I'm just kind of gonna throw an Aang, I think, in the corner. Oh man, I have no idea. I really don't. I don't. I'm blanking. Ah. Ah. I don't know. I feel like I'm like developing art Alzheimer's, just trying to force myself to draw these different styles. Like, should I do a gotcha character? Should I think that's the only thing I mean, I touched on like Blue Archive in the bottom panel of one of those other the other page that I'm not on anymore, of course. Hmm. Oh man, I just had it. I had a thing. I think I connected two fucking neurons together. Um. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god. I found it. So, these... Hang on. Let me... And we might get to draw something that I don't... Okay. Yes. Alright. So there are these... And this is actually a perfect example. This is a real life experience. There are okay, so here I will put this in chat for people who actually give a shit. There are these cat made figures. And a lot of people, I had a couple, I mean, in my figure collection, they're calling it Kemono. They're saying it's Kemono, even though it's the most not Kemono looking shit. But, yeah, these are, who makes these? They have like a Taobao and a Weibo web, so it's basically like the most Chinese shit you can get. Chao Gong Meng Cheng, Konzu. So basically, it's just like, oh man, I clicked the link. I'm being tracked by the CCP for even looking at this. Yeah, that's true. Wow. But I guess, oh my god. Oh, Taobao is like a weird marketplace. But like, see, the fucked up thing is, how do I even know that these are like I've had a couple like I'm gonna be real as real can be. I've seen some third-party figures where I'm like, is this the one where it finally fucking gets me? Like, am I gonna like try to buy like a Chinese figure? But then I go to do it and it's like, it's just like fucking like the websites, like, honestly, for real, they horrify me. I feel like if I put a credit card in them, I'm gonna get like I'm gonna get like permanently tracked by like some CCP like bot around the web, which already happens with a lot of websites, unfortunately. But yes, I think this is what I shall reference. This will be my final guffaw. I think. But compositionally, this is not working out. we're in a bit of a sticky wicket there, fellers. I'm gonna be lazy. Excuse me. Paddington Bear Nendoroid, my favorite kimono figure. Fucking. Let's make her a mouse. Okay, I need to turn off Ruby here. You know, this is gonna be fucked up. I'm about to admit something fucked up here. These cat figures are kind of growing on me a little bit. Like I don't hate them. I just was like, oh, it's not Kemono. That's not what I'm in. That's not what I'm about. Yeah, I would. This is like, I would pick this up if it was at fucking, like, GameStop in, like, the clearance bin. Or, like, at a convention and they couldn't get rid of them. Although at a convention it would be more like $20. I guess I just like the one I'm kind of a little smitten with is this like is this calico looking one, I think. So some of the ones that are like cheetahs and like, don't get me wrong though, it looks like it like a Chinese, like, I guess that's, you know, that's like a whole genre of shit that I have no idea about, is like Chinese like 3D like animated stuff. I know there's a lot of animal mascot shows. In like China. A third-party company made a sexy figure of RC, and they did a recolor of that same figure with a few tweaks. So they basically took like a inspired OC. I mean, that's just how pretty much anything gets made. I mean, yeah, that's just fucking real. I hate to break it to you, but that's just how shit gets done. Like, my characters, with the exception of... I mean, not all of my characters, but most of my characters are just, oh, I want to see a version of this character, but like a BBW or like a furry. No, I was gonna see if I could try to squeak a mouse tail in there. There we go. Alright, how the fuck am I doing these hands? Well, happening isn't weird, but it's starting as a total illegal IP grab and then having a high budget animated thing. Yeah. I mean, no, yeah, that is kind of a wild situation. But every OC generally starts from somewhere. 3 More Girls 6, and so they basically like. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on. Is basically the second they veer off the script of like, hey, it's this, but our version of it, they don't know how to like actually design for it. Or are you saying it's like it's just goofy? Or are you saying the new ones look fucked up? Because I could tell you exactly what happened there. Is like they did one that's kinda good, and like kind of looks like they got a good design, but then they actually didn't. They just copied someone else's design. They didn't actually learn how to design those characters or like how they work. Sexy first, robot part second. True. Oh boy, this panel was like pulling fucking teeth. But I'm so happy that we were able to come to some kind of meaningful conclusion on it. Holy shit. Good enough. Good enough. Fucking goddamn it, we did it. We got fucking Harry Potter from Korea. Hyasung Pol Hyosung Polya. There we go. That's Korean Harry Potter. We have not Ruby Fusion Kuksun. And then we have blatantly a thing that I kind of have a weird love-hate relationship with all of a sudden. They really do say love can bloom on the battlefield. I don't know, maybe if I ever see one, I'll pick one up. But it's because I'm literally just looking at a figure, and I also know how it's not anime. Like I can observe it. Like it's also very simple. But I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult, Calico. But thank you. Okay, so it's 2:00. I do have work tomorrow. I've had a pretty rough time of it this week, and I'm sorry for everyone for not streaming for so long. But we did it. We have successfully put ink down on every page, with the exception of some of the problem pages that are going to be annoying. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of correcting in addition to inking. Like, I imagine these drawings are going to change as I ink them as well. But goddamn it, we did it. You can see here, I kind of got a little too excited, and I started just as a test. I did those like fucking Yuyushiki looking Nichijou eyes. But I will say that the inking is where everything starts to come together. Like, it really does. Will actually start to look like a proper thing. And I know this because, I mean, even just putting like an older page of mine in this thing, like, It's not, is it great? No. But, like, it looks infinitely better. Man, I did, you know, I did better than I thought I did on these, I think. It does look pretty solid, I think, for what it is. I mean, not all the panels are perfect here, but maybe I'll revisit that. But yeah, the inking is where the magic is gonna start, for real, for real. Next time on WEEABOO-FUNZONE Z, I play the same sound clip again. But yeah, I might just honestly bip and bop around when I start inking, but no guarantees. But I'm very excited to start actually seeing this shape up. But for now, I kind of I don't get that reference. Brad, I don't get it. But anyways, thank you everybody. I will be back hopefully tomorrow, depending on how horrid my day goes. I accidentally fell asleep. Man, that just shows you how much I don't fucking remember from Zeta. Holy shit. Zeta Gundam is just like a wash in my brain. I just remember a lot of really like weird period Japanese slang, like being corrected, which is just basically means you're gonna get fucking beat for being a disobedient child. Cause it was the fucking 80s, and that was still okay to use violence like on children. And then like they like fucking kept trying to like they basically wouldn't say, oh, those characters are gonna go have sex. They would be like, it was like, oh, mata, that kind of recreate. It's very odd, and it just kind of felt like the show just kind of meandered around a lot. Like, oh, they were in space, and then they went to Earth, and then they were in space again. That's kind of why I like Double Zeta, because it was like Double Zeta, people hate that over regular Zeta, and like they're both not very good, but at least in Double Zeta, the plot kind of like is weird, is kind of coherent in some odd way. But again, I barely remember the fucking plot of Double Zeta 2. Like, yeah, Judo. He was just like fucking. He was there for that show, and then you never see him again. Poor Captain Bright. He's just basically a fucking daycare center at that point. Like once is like a coincidence, 2 is a pattern, 3 is a fucking trend. Oh, does he really? Oh man, I need to check out Crossbone. I know it's like a manga. I actually liked Gundam F91. I don't know why. Once it gets into the 90s, that's where all my favorite Gundam shit is. Like a lot of the OVAs. Like Stardust Memory. And War in the Pocket is pretty good, although it like kind of takes a bit to get started. But Yeah, maybe I'll read Crossbone. I had the master grade for it, and then I actually sold it to someone because I wasn't going to build it. Just was too much. I'm still waiting to get fucking GPO2 master grade. But anyways, yeah, now I'm just kind of going on and on and on about Gunpla. Oh, speaking about that, I have a new camera coming for the overhead setup. I'm very excited for that. Take it easy. Thank you, everyone. I will try to be back tomorrow, but please try to remember, as always,